there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here, and today we are going over Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher. Now this book has yet to come out. I got it as an advanced reader copy. In exchange for my honest feedback, all opinions are my own. I want to say a big thank you to St. Martin's Press and Wednesday Books for providing me with this copy to read and review. The book comes out November 28th of 2023, so let's get into it. So the publisher described this book as Heartstopper meets A Knight's Tale, and while I haven't read or watched Heartstopper, I am a huge fan of A Knight's Tale. I think it is one of the truly excellent pieces of cinema from the early 2000s. I think it's just magical. I love it. It's playfully anachronistic in a way that feels very purposeful. And yeah, this book delivers on that. So it's set a couple hundred years or so after the events of King Arthur and his Round Table. Our character Art is a direct descendant of Arthur Pendragon, King Arthur, and Gwendolyn, not Guinevere, but Gwendolyn, is the princess of the king, and she lives in Camelot. Now, I didn't realize that this was going to be playfully anachronistic, so the first chapter just left me utterly confused because I thought this was a Arthurian retelling, and I'm like, wait, this isn't right. That's not right. This is confusing. That's weird. What's going on here? I don't understand. But then in the second chapter, it made a lot more sense. So this book, definitely give it 2 chapters to decide if you like it or not, because it's a little jarring at first. Give it 2 chapters, you'll love it. It's playfully anachronistic. They don't try to do old-timey speak with the characters. They speak like modern people, which is much easier to read. And one thing that got me and made me actually close my e-reader and just giggle maniacally was that Gwendolyn was having grapefruit for breakfast. This is supposed to be like the 1100s, the 1300s. Where the hell did she get a grapefruit? She would not be just chowing down on a grapefruit for breakfast in that time period. That's a New World fruit, and no, the Princess of England would not be chowing down on a grapefruit. That's just it made me chuckle. I live in Texas. We grow grapefruit here. They're delicious. I love my Texas Ruby Reds. But that's beside the point. So there's a lot of things that are playfully anachronistic. There's a lot of callbacks to the Arthurian legends, but they're done in such a way that if you aren't familiar with the legends, it kind of explains, because everyone knows King Arthur. Well, do they know Morgan or Morgana? Do they know Mordred? Like, what's going on there? Surely they know Merlin, but Mordred gets, in a lot of the more PG retellings of the Arthurian legends, Mordred kind of gets swept under the rug, and they're like, yep, and everything was great in Camelot, the end, bye! And that is 100% not the case. And it actually talks a little bit about the myths of Avalon, and how Morgana carried Arthur's body back to Avalon so that he could be buried, and there's cultists and religious uprisings and all sorts of things going on. There's a lot of political intrigue, but since our main characters are teenagers, there's only some amount of interest in it. They're more interested in their own dealings, which feels very realistic and very relatable. Additionally, it's very gay. So as the title suggests, Gwen and Art are not in love because they're both gay. Like, that's the reason. Like, they're like, yeah, you're attractive, but not to me. So there's a lady knight a la Gwendolyn Christie's character in Game of Thrones that's just done beautifully. Bridget LeClaire, just, I want to get to know her. She sounds like my type of woman. Is the love interest for Gwendolyn, and Arthur is interested in most boys that move. Like he'll kiss servants, he'll kiss what's the male equivalent of a wench? I don't know, but he goes out wenching, but for boys instead of for wenches. If y'all know what the male term for wench is, please let me know. I'm not sure. Would it be like a scoundrel or a rake? That doesn't seem right. Anyway, he goes out man wenching and drinking, and it's a fake dating enemies to lovers kind of a storyline, and the ending is so cute. I love the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Please go read this book. Um, yeah, do you plan on reading it? Have you read the Arthurian legends? Sorry if I spoiled that for you. They're several hundred years old, so I feel like I shouldn't have to say spoiler warnings for the Arthurian legends. But let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!